Hello and welcome to ESEA and Team Fortress TV. So it's happening now. We got some invite going on here with Street Hoops versus FROYOTECH, the illustrious FROYOTECH. And beside me tonight is the Australian superstar, Yuki. How you doing,
Hi,
Yuki?
I'm fantastic. How are you today?
Well, I'm having problems with TF2, so hopefully I'll be able to watch.
Yeah, no, hopefully, I can't be here solo. I just sound really awkward and start talking to myself after a bit and probably get a bit too excited and trash talk teams a bit too much because that's what I sometimes like to do, but hopefully you'll keep me in line.
We'll see. I tend to do that a lot myself on on the downtime when I'm not on stream for other people's organizations, but we'll see. Maybe it'll come out depending on how much of the game I can actually see. We'll go ahead and run down the rosters real quick if you would like. Since you just rang for a mix-up, probably be good for you to do them, yeah?
Yeah, well, I'll do Street Hoops. So we have Kozen on Medic, Deadbolt and Paragon are the Scouts, Ash and Grape are Soldiers, both roaming soldier practically on this goddamn map. And finally, we have the lovely Duatna on the Demo Man.
Yeah, everybody always was real excited about Duatna, especially, and that team too, because they've at least in the U.S. scene, they've been kind of a big deal since they more or less just came into ESEA like 3 seasons ago. I think if you count this one as the third, they basically just shot straight to the top. They made some roster changes. They got their Duatna and whatnot, but it's still basically that original team.
Yeah, no, it's really great to just even like a team to work its way, from the bottom, so to speak, eventually all the way into Invite. It's just great to see a team has actually been able to keep majority of their players, at least the core, for a decent amount of time, and they've just had time to improve. And it was a pretty close game with Mix-Up today, scrimming them. It was 4-1, but it was a bit closer than the scores intended. The scores dictated, excuse me. And yeah, hopefully we should see a good game because, Demo Man, Scout map, Duatna has a chance to go huge here. And as long as his Scouts just, keep him protected, he should be able to dish out a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, Duatna can do quite a bit of work too, and I'll go over FROYOTECH /IT, whichever they decide to call themselves going forward. Our Scouts, I believe, I know things have changed around a bit. I believe it's Banny and Clockwork will be playing Scout, or we'll see Ruin and Clockwork playing Scout, and then Blaze on Roamer. And then I already sort of talked, the pocket situation's been kind of amorphous. We'll see what they've actually set down here. But it'll either be Ruin or Banny, I'm given to understand. Shade on Medic. And there we have it, more or less. And Dummy on Demo, the golden boy of gaming. So he is here as well with his most excellent pipe aim. And oodles of Quake experience.
Yeah, no, it's now to comment on FROYOTECH, I've been watching them a bit here and there on streams, watching Ruin stream, him complaining a lot, and all that kind of stuff aside. The recent class switch with Ruin and Banny was quite an interesting one. Everyone knows Banny to practically be able to play any class, but I think Ruin just decided one day, just as a joke, hey, let me play Pocket, it'll be really good. And it worked for them in a scrim against Exodus, which, I don't know, a weird indicator, but they seem to like it, so it appears they're going with it for now. Banny is pretty good scout. He played quite well at LAN last season, and throughout last season in general. But I don't know, Ruin on Soldier, it's just a bit unusual. I just find it very unusual. And I don't know, if he's going to play more of a kind of roaming role on this map, because, a lot of people like to favor the double gunboats. I'm not a huge advocate of it. Personally, I hate it. I prefer to have, one of your soldiers having the shotgun, because you think about it, sure, it's cool to bomb 2 soldiers, but if they just die for free, then you've kind of not really done anything. Whereas if your demo pushes across point and your pocket's kind of floating around, avoiding damage and just doing a bit of spam here and there, protecting your demo, ready to kill like any scouts that run at him, then that's really powerful. But I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see what Ruin feels like, whatever works for them really, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Ruin has played Pocket in a couple different capacities in his career. Not really on a team per se, but you know, pugging and other things. I've seen him do it a couple times, so it should be pretty interesting to see. I don't know if they'll go with the double gunboat, particularly given who's on the team. I don't really see them as being the team that would go for that, but you know, who knows? Might see it come up.
I mean, they could even do something like Ruin goes, like, sometimes if they want to just use one soldier, if they want to use a sniper for whatever reason, maybe Clockwork could go sniper and Ruin and Fanny scouts. So that's something they could potentially do, I mean, because Ruin's obviously a competent scout. So there's, you know, they could do a lot of things this map. It'd be interesting to see what they decide to pull out, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just run it, you know, standard, 2 scouts, 2 soldiers, demo med, pretty much the whole game. Maybe like chuck a heavy in there for defense, but maybe 1% chance of that happening in my opinion.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Still, the TF2 crashes to desktop, so I'm gonna have to go for that big old validating Steam files nonsense. So that could be, it could be kind of interesting. And, you know, worst case scenario, I'll just try and provide commentary, you know, until we get this sorted out. So I don't want to be the cause of a delay. Yeah, you know, people did it for ages. And we'll just wait on the great internet of Indiana to deal with this situation.
Okay, so I guess while we're at it, we can maybe talk towards possible predictions. I mean, like, for a start, we can just start with FROYOTECH, who are pretty much the favorite here for the most part. I mean, Team of Stars, I mean, they've got all those star-studded players there. It's just, you know, really good on paper with the team. They've only been playing for a couple of weeks. They have the potential to get just really good because of, you know, really good individual skill. But, you know, their teamwork has been here and there lately. I mean, Ruin has a bit of moments where he just kind of is like, I hate my team kind of thing. Not like to that kind of degree, but you know what I mean. And I don't know. Maybe they could just get on tilt this game, because I've seen them get on tilt in scrims like a decent amount, especially, like, funnily enough, Banny, who I've never really heard get annoyed or frustrated in a game. Like, I think I heard him get really frustrated in a scrim the other day, so I just have to wait and see if that affects him. And I don't know, I'm probably gonna, just for my lovely boy Duatna, I'm gonna have to give this to him. I don't know, I'm just feeling the Duatna today. That's just what I'm feeling. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 4-3 in favor, excuse me, of Street Hoops, but it's gonna be down to the wire. I'm expecting at least a couple overtime, and if there's not, I'm gonna be sad and call Duatna shit. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Duatna.
Yeah, I can understand that. I don't know. I'll go for the old boys. I came up watching a lot of these guys play a ton, so I will go in and say it'll probably be pretty close. Maybe at least 4-2 is something we're gonna see. I can't really say one way or the other, but I'll go for FROYOTECH just to give us some variety, right? And we'll see how it goes down. I know particularly for a team with it's sort of an odd pocket dynamic, it might be kind of rough, because sorting out what exactly you're going to do on Viaduct is sometimes kind of tough, because there are a couple different ways that you can approach it, especially with, particularly with your pocket, so we'll see. I think the Dummy Duatna battle will be a pretty good one to watch too, since you kind of have the guy that's been around for a long time and is known to be good, and then the one that everyone has kind of ridden up as being really, really good. It's his time to show it once and for all, right?
That's it. Just have to see. whether this super team actually can come out with this win here. So it looks like right now both teams are running standard class. There's no sniper on rollout. I mean, it's pretty unusual for teams to run sniper on rollout. The only exception would be Sheep, because he's like, I want to snipe today. Okay, Sheep, you can snipe. And now we're live. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Still can't see it, Yuki.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna lead in. Looks like Dummy going for the jumping demo and rollout, whereas Duano opting to walk in. Bit of fairly passive play right now. Never mind. Blaze coming in with a huge jump on that left side, taking down that scout. Paragon meanwhile taking down Dummy, but looks like FROYOTECH getting the better end of the exchange, getting multiple trades. Paragon just trying to be a pest behind, but Kozen gets taken down. Duano is the only one to live on that rollout. And FROYOTECH only lose their Demoman and Soldier, so really well played by them. Just huge aggression by Blaze, just taking down the scouts. I mean, scouts are pretty much key on this map. If your demo just does a decent amount of damage just before he dies, it doesn't really matter. Scouts are king on this map when there's like no heals going around, and it's just a scrappy shit fest. So we're gonna have to see, as looks like they are huge uber disadvantage on the side of Street Hoops, 70%. Disadvantage, and looks like they're probably just going to be going for some suicide. There's a poke in here. Ash does get taken down. Looks like they're all just getting taken down. Duana does get a kill on Blaze for a turn. Jumps in for the medic. He's not going to have much luck. He should just be dying here, trying to get a quicker respawn. I don't really think he's going to. He does actually get the Uber Force. Wow, well played by Duana. Actually jumping up to that top area on China, getting the Force on Shade. Shade didn't really have any idea where he was, and good for Street Hoops to actually get that out of that exchange. And I hope you're with me, Marxist, because man, I'm gonna run out of breath.
I'm watching on the stream. Actually, I have been victimized personally by the Duatna suicide jump in this, so it didn't surprise me that much as I'm now watching it go by. He is kind of a fan of getting up there on China and operating, so to speak. So that should even things out a little bit with our friends in red probably, maybe, possibly going to be able to get the point here pretty easily with Uber. It'll come down to how much they have to give up to do it. Will they have to pop their Uber or not, and so on.
Yeah, well, as we saw in the future, they did actually end up capping the midpoint, but they used the Uber.
Yeah.
They didn't force or kill Shade at all. Shade does have that 100% Uber. It looks like FROYOTECH coming in on this left side, very bunched up, but Banny does get taken down, but in favor of a Soldier. I don't really like that trade. Scout for a Soldier, not a very good trade. It looks like FROYOTECH haven't even had to use their Uber yet. Duana does get taken down as well as Ash, so that's a free point cap. Street Hoops really needed to just put more incoming spam onto FROYOTECH just to potentially force the Uber, because no, they kind of just let them have that for free. I mean, right now they're going to have Uber coming up, but Grape does trade for Blaze. It's kind of an air trade, to be honest. Big shitfest fight going on this right side area, and it's just disastrous for Street Hoops. Losing 3 players, FROYOTECH only lose Blaze, and this is just really strong forward hold coming out of FROYOTECH.
Forward hold's really hard to break too on these maps. That's the thing that I always liked about high level Viaduct in NA anyways, is you saw the forward hold come out a lot, and it makes things really hard to do if you're not used to it.
Yeah, because you forced into uncomfortable position, but looks like Uber's just got used on both sides. Grape just opting to go behind and be a pest, and this seems like the right decision, just trying to buy time for his team, but both of his scouts have just died, and FROYOTECH have only lost their soldiers, so that's a fine trade for them. But Street Hoops are going to have to get out of here. This scout is coming in on Koza and 2-shot by Clockwork onto that medic. And Duana does get taken down as well. And that's the problem with... Sometimes, that's the thing I noticed when I was scrimming against Street Hoops. They just seem to run their 2 scouts together almost all the time. And quite often when you kill one, you kill the other. So I think the scouts need to be a little bit more segregated, just so they don't get picked off at the same time in crux situations like that, especially when they need a scout for that post-Uber fight.
Well, fun fact, they're twin brothers, Yuki.
Oh, well, there you go.
So
I guess
they
that's why
are
they hold
always
hands.
together. Yes.
But looks like Street Hoops medic did get picked. Clockwork does get taken down in return. But all the DM classes are up for Street Hoops, so they might be able to get some cap time here. They're getting a lot of kills, but Shade is out with that Uber charge. It looks like he's actually going to block this point with this Uber. I quite like this decision, because no heals on Street Hoops at all, and FROYOTECH are just buying time for their spawns. Street Hoops are surrounding them though, and Ruin does get taken down by Grape, so kind of poor Uber in the end by there. Just seems FROYOTECH let themselves get surrounded in that Uber fight, like busy chasing some frags, and we've got the actual Kritzkrieg switch up by Street Hoops. I actually didn't notice that, so this could be what they need to potentially, I don't know, get back in this round. I mean, they've got 2 minutes left. It's a big ask, and I don't know, maybe a surprise Kritzkrieg could just turn the tides in their favor.
Yeah, the problem that comes down with that when you need to hold the point for a long time is that once you've got crits, you have to figure out how to use it with the point if your medic manages to survive. And that's a really big ask for 2 minutes.
Yep, Suicide's coming in for FROYOTECH. They don't have any luck on that medic. Paragon with a nice 2-kill on Ruin and Clockwork. And Vanny is coming in for the force. Nope, doesn't have any luck either. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure FROYOTECH actually scouted the fact that they have Kritzkrieg. I mean, there's a minute and a half left that that Street Hoops have to cap, and FROYOTECH just have to cap the points. So I'm pretty sure they're just going to wait for the Kritzkrieg, wait for the Uber, excuse me. They're not going to bother poking out until they get this Uber, and just wait until they can use it in a favorable position, excuse me. As Duatna flying up this right side, waiting, what should I do with this crits? Does hit, but unfortunately, nice Uber blocked by Shade, denying that crits damage whatsoever. Duatna does get a nice pick on Dummy though, and this could be really disastrous for FROYOTECH, as looks like they actually do trade 2 for 2. The demo man is down, but nope, they just get the cap after forcing Street Hoops off the point, because Street Hoops didn't have any positioning just because of that Uber. But I think the problem with that was Street Hoops, they played it right. I mean, Duatna got a nice pick on the demo man. That's a really huge high priority target. They just needed to spread out a bit more. They were very stuffed on that left slope. So 1-0 in favor of FROYOTECH. Seeing this other rollout, Duatna on this left side, just doing a bit of spam. Blaze is the first one to initiate, same as last round. Doesn't get picked off. Ruin following up straight away, but Hosen and Deadbolt both get taken down by Ruin. Nice follow-up jump by him, jumping after Blaze's aggression. And that rollout is over for Street Hoops. Once again, the sole survivor is Duatna, but not before Clockwork and Dummy have anything to say about it, taking him down. Extremely late death. 75% Uber up on Shade, and this isn't looking very good for Street Hoops. I mean, they showed some signs of life in the last round, but I don't know, they're gonna have to switch some things up a bit. Maybe try and run a sniper, just throw a spanner in the works for FROYOTECH.
Yeah, and the other thing too is that you do have rather good sniping on the team as well in Paragon, so it could be something to throw out there, at least to give it a try.
Yeah, and it looks like Shade was dropped by a nice double jump by Grape, and Ruin trying to get the return kill on the other team's medic, doesn't have any luck, so 60% Uber up on Street Hoops, pretty much all the players down to FROYOTECH. Late death on Dummy, Deadbolt with a nice pick up there, either that or Dummy was just completely bad positioning. Unfortunately for FROYOTECH, they are going to lose that cap, and I don't know, we've definitely got ourselves a game now, because Street Hoops do have Uber coming up real soon, so I guess expect the suicides from FROYOTECH coming out in the next 10 or so seconds. Looks like they're eyeing up right now. Blaze is eyeing up this left area. He's doing a rocket jump. No, he's just going to jump to this high China area. Yep, leading him with a jump. Double rocket jump does get destroyed by Grape. The demo man coming in as well. Nice air shots by Grape. Jesus. Well played by him, but unfortunately his Uber still does get forced. Kozen was in the red. One more projectile of any form would have made him die. So good use by him to use that Uber. And good thing is Street Hoops didn't lose any players whatsoever. They didn't lose any DM classes, and most importantly, they didn't lose their medic. So they should be able to at least force Uber here, as they're opting for some sort of a fault hold. But Duatna in no man's land, not eyeing that left area whatsoever. Clockwork with a quick 3-shot and takes him down. And FROYOTECH are practically going to get this point for free. Scratch that. Shade does get forced by Grape, so Grape practically playing roaming soldier right now. So 2 roaming soldiers. And Street Hoops coming up on 50% Uber just as FROYOTECH's Uber runs out, so I guess it's just going to be a rinse and repeat. See, one team's just going to use their Uber, force the other team out, cap the point, and it's just going to be kind of a seesaw, and I guess they can dice roll and see who gets the better end of it, as Paragon does get taken down by Clockwork. Dummy in no man's land on 2 health, does just get out, but 3 picks by the scouts of FROYOTECH, and Kozen, I don't know how he got taken out. I'm pretty sure he got taken out in Spawn somehow. Blaze with just the Hail Mary rocket just as he dies does take him out, so that Uber advantage completely gone. Now it's in FROYOTECH's favor, and it seems Street Hoops are just slipping a bit. They just need to play a much tighter game. They just seem to not be fully aware of where the other team could be coming from at any point in time.
Well, Yuki, I'm going to throw Fog in here because now my TF2 won't even start, so it's pretty much just destroyed. I'm going to have to do the old reinstall, so we'll get Fog in here, give you a little breather.
Yeah, you're definitely going to need that breather.
Well, good luck with your computer, my friend.
Yeah, thanks.
Alright, so it looks like we have ourselves a 30% advantage here for Kozen, but they're kind of having a long time to go onto this. They're down 1-0 onto this. They're just doesn't really seem like they've been playing as great as they should have been. I've actually kind of expected a little bit better from Streeters, but I kind of have a bias there.
Yeah, looks like Streeters right now just eyeing what they're gonna do. They have that Uber advantage, as you were saying, and they're eyeing up through this main right area. They're walking in here. Uber is used very early. Great for the huge double rocket jump. Doesn't take anything down, but Duatna does get taken down on the flank by Banny. I don't know how that happened. No one with Duatna whatsoever, but he does get taken down. But they didn't really get much out of the Uber. I mean, as I was saying, it seems like both teams more often than not are just trading the Ubers just to get the cap, and it's just a rinse and repeat between teams. Dummy does get an exit kill on Grape, so that's a pretty good pick because it means less suicides to force that Uber as FROYOTECH enter, and as they're entering on this right side fog.
Alright, so it looks like we're seeing the push here so far. Actually, it looks like they're not going to have to use Uber here. It seems they just were able to put him out with pure strength there. But that's going to be a big advantage here for FROYOTECH. They can definitely hold now here without the Uber. There's 3 down. There was 3 down for Street Hoops, and it seems like this might be another round here for FROYOTECH here.
Yeah, no, this is looking pretty grim for them, especially with Clockwork with those double picks there. Duatna doesn't get taken down. I mean, the Uber is used on FROYOTECH's side, but there's 10 seconds left. They're just holding Street Hoops and Spawn right now. They're not going to have enough time to get to this point. So that's going to bring us to 2-0 in favor of FROYOTECH. Someone going in for like triple rocket jump. Oh, they're going to try and get some time in this cat. Very valiant. Ash, Deadbolt, and I don't know how Kozen got flying, but Uber actually coming out. Looks like there's going to be some life in them. Yeah, Deadbolt trying to chase the demo on this right side. But FROYOTECH are going to retreat, only losing a scout and a soldier, and I'm surprised that actually happened, Pog.
If there's one thing about Street Hoops, they don't quit. They just don't. They've made themselves all the way from open all the way up to invite. They just don't quit. They'll keep on going and going. So it's actually they're going to be getting some nice frags here. They take down damages right there, and seems they're going to be able to hold this for at least another little while. It's but we have actually Kozen went down there sometime along the road, so Shade's going to have Uber really shortly here, and you're going to see a push out as soon as Dummy gets with them. It's going to be a really hard hold here for Street Hoops.
Yeah, they're eyeing it straight away through this main left area. Shade and Ruin coming through, early Uber used. Ruin just coming in, trying to zone out that combo. Clockbreaker does get taken down by Ash, but 2 kills in favor of FROYOTECH. But the Uber is out now, so anything could happen right now. But there is huge cap time going on the point. Street Hoopers are busy dealing with the players that are forward. And 2-0 in favor of FROYOTECH. A bit delayed from what I said earlier that it was the round 1 for FROYOTECH.
Yeah,
Street Hoops trying to put up a valiant fight, but well played.
Yeah, so we're going to be seeing our 3rd round here. Hopefully we have Street Hoops able to make a comeback out of this. They had a really good push out there in the last round, but they just weren't able to keep it together at the end. And as we see Ash go down here to Clockwork, and now we have ourselves an even trade. Now it looks like we're going to have FROYOTECH Dummies just putting out a lot of damage and just keep taking the medic out of the point. And that's going to be another cap point here for FROYOTECH.
I reckon Street Hoops definitely could have fought that. I mean, there was no no ammo left on Dummy, and Duatna had just gotten a pack and fully reloaded. I reckon they could have definitely fought that. I guess if they communicated, it would have been a lot easier. Dummy and No Man's Land on top left right now. Hail Mary shot coming in for 1 health. Oh my god, is this real life? Doesn't get taken down with a long-range spam rocket by Ash. And looks like 100% Uber on FROYOTECH's side. Street Hoops not having it just yet. Uber is used on FROYOTECH's side. Very low players though. They do drop Banny, so no scouts just yet. Clockwork just coming into the fight very late. He just spawned, but not really much going to happen here as Ash does try for the last pick. Oh my god, Grape and Duatna jumping in for these frags. This is extremely ballsy. I love this aggression, forcing FROYOTECH out, especially when they are down players, trying to get some kills, just buying any time they can. Well played. And they do have this Uber up them.
Yeah, they do, and we're actually seeing a bit of aggressive here from Street Hoops, but they kind of left the point wide open with their aggressiveness, and it's kind of hurt them here. They lose 2 here. They lose both their scouts and Paragon and Deadbolt, and they force the Uber out as well. This is not really looking so great for Street Hoops. People are just dying all over the place. But as soon as I see that, they're having some nice trades back and forth. And Grape is just going ginormous right now. He's doing a really good job for them and keeping themselves on the point.
Yeah, he's definitely been doing a lot of work. He's jumping on this medic, trying to get a kill on Shade. Does take him down. Well played by him. But Street Hoops right now need to be backing off because FROYOTECH are fairly healthy. I wouldn't be surprised if they try and just come in here and get a potential medic kill. Blaze coming in with his double jump. Here comes his distraction. Street Hoops really need to collapse on the medic, and there you go, as I was saying, they didn't give up ground because FROYOTECH had nothing to lose pretty much. They're just like, hey, we're just going to try and ball in, kill your medic. I mean, they didn't end up killing the medic, but they killed almost everyone on Street Hoops' side and got the point almost for free. I mean, the only kill there was Kozen getting a crossbow kill on Blaze.
Yeah, we're going to see ourselves a little bit of a leapfrog over here. We have Kozen has himself like a 20% advantage over here. But as soon as this deadbolt goes down, so that's going to null that. But even then, now we have Ash went a nice kill onto Clockwork there. And now we're going to see the push out here from Street Hoops. Maybe if we try and get the medic here, that they're not going to get the medic, but they are going to be probably get this point. It seems like they just Ubered there way too early there. I don't understand why Kozen popped.
Yeah, I definitely don't agree with that. I mean, I personally, Grape should have, died there. I don't agree with keeping up that one player. That was one of the only situations where I'd value Uber over players, pretty much. Trade kill coming in, Blaze for Grape, an okay trade, but no soldiers up for Street Hoops, so there's going to be practically no spam coming in to FROYOTECH's face as they're entering at this point. Ruin coming in to the left corridor with his medic, just walking in here, getting free ground, doesn't even have to Uber, takes down that scout with ease, and free cap point, and that's the problem with having two super aggressive soldiers like that. If you don't have at least one up as the other team is entering the point, a Demo Man is not going to spam them out solo no matter how good he is. Clockwork coming on this left side, taking down Ash, going to try and take down the scout as well. Does get forced back, and 100% Uber coming up soon on Street Hoops Fog. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, it seems like Street Hoops are kind of on the backside of here. It looks like maybe they're trying to come in from the cliff. They haven't popped it, but they have Duwami got a nice kill on the dummy. That's going to be a big hit, and now we have both Ubers popped. And it seems like Street Hoops might have the better end of this right now. They have 3 down here for FROYOTECH, 4 down. It's just all somebody on Kozen, and he finally goes down, but yeah, that was a nice little push in there from Street Hoops. A lot of action going on there. I couldn't really keep myself together.
You know, it was good, but the problem was, after the Uber, they didn't collapse on the medic, and Banny just got a free 3-shot on him and just killed him, so Street Hoops not exactly working too well in the teamwork department right now. Lots of good individual plays coming out right now from a lot of their players, with just too much teamwork coming in, as it seems like the jump is coming in from FROYOTECH. They're just walking in here right now. Banny leading the way. Clockwork just gaining this ground with Banny at his side, just zoning out those scouts. Clockwork getting a kill on Deadbolt with the help of Banny, and Street Hoops in potential no man's land right now. If FROYOTECH were to capitalize on this, they could actually just jump on the cliff and shoot down on them, but looks like they're going to not do that. Clockwork does get taken down, so potential repush coming out from Street Hoops very soon, as his respawn is going to take forever.
Yeah, it seems like Shade's going to have the Uber here, but it looks like they're popping right into there. Deny them the capture point, get more time onto them. They got to take all the time they can at this point. And Medic's have 45 HP there from Kozen, and he's going to get himself the Uber here. It seems like he has to pop it right away. But yeah, there he goes. So now this is going to be the Uber's gone. We have 3 up for FROYOTECH, and I think we're going to see ourselves another capture here for Street Hoops.
I think Street Hoops need to be forward holding here, personally, but looks like Grape is going to throw his life away, and this scout's probably going to get taken down by Clockwork as well. I know he does actually escape, but I would have really liked to see Street Hoops set up for a forward hold there, just buying time as much as they could. But FROYOTECH are going to be coming in here with that 2-player advantage. Clockwork is spawning extremely soon. Jumps coming from soldiers. Blaze getting the kill on Paragon. Street Hoops are completely off this point. They're just backing off, and that's going to be the end of that. Deadbolt does get a kill of Ruin, but Street Hoops nowhere in sight. 3-0 in favor of FROYOTECH, and yeah, I mean, there's not really much to be said apart from Street Hoops, some really good individual plays, but their teamwork is just kind of iffy. It just seems like they're not collapsing on their medic post-Uber, and a lot of the time he's just dying, or Dwight is left in no man's land by himself. I think someone needs to be floating around him a bit more. I mean, granted, this is a Demo Man map, but it's also a scout map, so there's a lot of opportunities for a scout to just come in for free and kill a Demo Man.
I'm a bit surprised that Paragon hasn't gone sniper yet. Because he's a great Highlander sniper, and definitely a great 60 sniper as well. It seems the off classes aren't really being used as much as they probably should be. And I'm also a bit surprised at how kind of lackluster Street Hoops performance has been so far. I thought they'd be doing a lot better. If I wasn't here for the predictions, but when I was doing the predictions, I would have gone this 4-2 FROYOTECH, but this is just looking to be a 4-0 the next round.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate we haven't seen that much of a fight from Street Hoops. I mean, hopefully we can see them maybe just pull it out in the next half and maybe at least get around on the board, because right now they're getting fairly close. I think the closest time they had was maybe 30 seconds left, but I mean, that's just a timer. I mean, they didn't cap it in the end, so all we can do is just speculate. But I don't know, I think, yeah, one thing, their scouts just need to be segregated a bit more. FROYOTECH are playing really well, just Blaze just initiating the fights, Ruin following up with some aggression of his own, and the rest of FROYOTECH just coming in after that. Really good teamwork coming by them right now. They're just playing extremely stable. They're not doing anything flashy. There's nothing like, I don't know, sick triple rocket jumping soldiers flying in and scouts doing backflips, walking into middle. It just seems very solid, very standard TF2, and they're just playing it really well right now.
It would be interesting to see scouts doing backflips, though. I haven't seen one yet from a scout. But yeah, I mean, FROYOTECH's been playing extremely well so far. I mean, I think the switch from Ruin on Pocket has actually helped them out more, because it frees up Banny to play Scout. And I know Banny much prefers to play Scout, and it seems it's really working out for them so far.
Yeah, I mean, like, one thing we can kind of allude to was a certain ESEA LAN where there was YZ50 and Ruin, both scouts on the same team, and everyone was like, oh my god, this is powerhouse team, who is gonna beat this, this is ridiculous. And you just saw that, like, two hyper aggressive scouts. I mean, you can have two scouts that are fairly aggressive, but like two hyper aggressive scouts like YZ and Ruin just doesn't really work, and it showed at that LAN. And Ruin and Clockwork are both very aggressive, so Banny a bit more of a defensive player. As I'm rambling, the match seems to be going live, Fog.
Seems it has, and I haven't even tabbed in. Hold on.
Oh my god, I'll just say what's happening right now. Street Hoops just sitting a bit passively right now, waiting for that Blaze initiation from FROYOTECH. Coming in, Blaze jumping in, quickly does get taken down. Clockwork getting a kill on Duarte though, and Street Hoops are just zoned out entirely. Dummy just pushing forward across that point. And oh my god, Dummy with a double pipe kill as Paragon and Kozen just get absolutely murdered. They're bowling Grape as sole survivors practically. Grape trying to brawl this soldier, does take down Ruin, who is being too over-aggressive, but that doesn't matter. Sure, Ruin's going to have a long respawn, but Street Hoops aren't going to be pushing or suiciding anytime soon.
Shade was all the way down to like 5 HP. He was so close to like just like dropping there. If he dropped there would have been a bit of a more equal opportunity here for Street Hoops. But now that they have the full Uber advantage over Street Hoops, it seems like they're going to be sitting pretty here for a little while. But as I say that, we have Street Hoops are just trying to push out. I guess they're kind of in a desperation mode, trying to see if they can force Uber in that. And as soon as I say that, they do force the Uber here. If they get out here, this should be good for Street Hoops. They can just finish building up their Uber, and looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to build it back up and spawn, and looks like they're going to be coming in from the left side here. Well, we'll have to see how successful this is going to be, but as soon as we even push out, they lose Grape. That's not really a good opportunity for them there. They're going to be one down here in this push out, but they're going to keep on the push anyways, and it's not going well for them. They just lost Paragon and Ash, but Deadbolt was able to get Ruin there. But there's still not really a good push up from there. They lost 3 players there, and now FROYOTECH's just going to collapse on them. And there you go. They're just like losing players like flies.
Yeah, wow, that was just hunting the consolation prize that was blazing that left corridor. They didn't even end up getting him until just right at the end. Banny with the final kill on Paragon, and 80% Uber for FROYOTECH. This is looking very grim for Street Hoops right now. I mean, I think I'd just like to see them push pretty much right now, before those respawns come in from FROYOTECH. Yep, here we go. Ash jumping in, trying to get some damage done. Getting good damage on that scout. He does fly away. Duarte with a nice kill on Dummy. Shade still hasn't had to pop that Uber yet. Nice air shot by Grape on Ruler, but that's a consolation prize. And as we were saying earlier, Paragon finally on the sniper, but a bit too late, I think. He's going to be hunting a body shot on that medic probably.
Oh, there you go.
Nice pick by him. I mean, if there's 50 seconds left, it's a big ask for Street Hoops to hold it, but I think now that they're running a sniper, I reckon they can do it. Oh, no, Paragon switched off it. I don't really like this so much. I mean, I guess FROYOTECH are going to be extremely aggressive since they don't have a medic. As you can see them holding extremely forward with their scouts. Shade coming up just now, waiting for someone to come to Ash. Really following this right side. Doesn't
Oh,
get
what
the
a nice
kill,
bomb in
but
there
oh
from
my god.
Blaze.
Yeah, 2-for-2 trade in favor of FROYOTECH because they take down the medic. I mean, they've got 3 minutes on the cap. They don't care if they lose this cap right now. They're just going to back out with their medic and demo man. It looks like Grape is going to try and have something to say about that. As I thought he was going to go into that spawn, but it was just opting for this hiding spot. Probably going to get checked. Yep, Banny, he is oh so wise. Takes him down with a quick 3-shot. And 40% Uber in favor of FROYOTECH. I wouldn't be surprised if they just push in right now, even before Ubers, personally.
Yeah, now we actually see Paragon's going back on the sniper here. I think this might be in the middle of a misstep, because they would have probably been better off with having the scout on the aggressiveness here. And they've already lost 2 players there. It's not really looking odd, but as soon as I say that, then we get 2 right back in there from Street Hoops.
They need to be pushing.
Yeah, they need to be pushing. I don't understand why they just fell back there. They had all the good position. They had relatively even Ubers, and they just kind of just fell back. And now that they only have 10 seconds left, and now I think it's gonna be a big mistake for them. They have to push them now. They have the full Uber coming in from shade, and they pop it. It doesn't really look like it's gonna be Street Fighter able to do anything with this, and this should be a game over.
Yeah, they're trying to get some cap time. Good kills on Shade and Banny. Cubes definitely out of this here, trying to have that last say. Blaze does get taken down. Ruin as well. Clockwork trying to come in for the Hail Mary kill, does get taken down, and ooh, 2 minutes, a huge ask. I would really have liked to see Paragon just run straight the hill back to spawn after that after that fight, and just go to sniper. I mean, defensive sniper would be huge here. I reckon it'd throw FROYOTECH completely off guard, as Banny does get taken down. Early pick for Street Hoops. Blaze getting taken down as well, but they do lose their demo man. So I reckon Street Hoops really need to get some more picks right now, just try and buy time and force FROYOTECH to have some respawn. Looks like they do have a soldier going behind. Ruin's going to try and chase him up, but Ash is coming in behind to try and help as well. Does get taken down. I think Grape's going to get taken down as well. And this is looking pretty good for Street Hoops. They're just going to have to give up this point. They just dropped 2 soldiers for free, as they do actually use this Uber to block the point. They've got nothing to lose. May as well go for it. Trying to flash in the scouts as many as they can. Take down the scout and the soldier. And Blaze. Paragon doesn't get taken down in return, but good picks by Street Hoops. I mean, it all depends how this Uber goes for FROYOTECH in the next minute.
Yeah, they have themselves a 70% Uber advantage here for FROYOTECH here. They're definitely going to be looking to push in. They're going to be pushing in from the left side, cliff side even. And then that's all we're going to see. That's all going to come down to this for this round at least. Looks like we have an even trade here. Actually, as soon as they see they lose both their soldiers here for FROYOTECH, were able to take down both Grape and Ash. This is not going to be looking good here for Street Hoops. They're going to have to hold their lives for this point here.
Yeah, Medic kind of in no man's land right now. Duana and Deadball both getting a kill apiece, but Cosmos get taken down, and that's the end of that chapter. 4-0 in favor of FROYOTECH. FROYOTECH just playing solid TF2. They didn't do anything amazing. As I said, they didn't do anything special. They just played extremely solid, and they did not break against Street Hoops' against somewhat wacky play. But yeah, I would have liked to see Street Hoops try some more different stuff. I mean, maybe try Snipe, maybe try Heavy. I mean, hell, Pyro. I mean, Grape's pretty much a career Pyro off-class soldier. So, I don't know. I think they should have just tried to do some different stuff. I mean, yeah, it seems I don't know. They just didn't seem very confident a lot of the time. The only time they seemed confident when there was like 1 second left on the cap, and it's just like, you know what, guys, let's just go flying onto the cap, and then they just get a bunch of kills. I mean, they should have just tried to be a lot more aggressive in general, in my opinion. Yeah, I think not having Paragon and Sniper more really cost them here. They would have had probably some better opportunities for picks, like instead of like just throwing their soldiers away and like ruining their pushes. They could just have they could have just had Paragon sniping and possibly going for the med pick. It seems that they just seem really intent on sticking with the cookie cutter classes when Viaduct is the kind of map where off classes kind of run supreme. I mean, I'm thinking here of like the days when Powa would be sniping an Invite. He would just wreck things up. I think I definitely think they should have gone for the off classes more for Street Hoops. Yeah, I mean, like defensive sniper, if your sniper is competent, it's really good because you have those amazing sightlines. You have that really good sightline down that slope on the right side, the left side with the other team's attacking, and you have the good sightline down like the left staircase. I mean, you just have sightlines everywhere. It's just even a body shot would just put a stunt in FROYOTECH's pushes. I mean, even a body shot on a scout, like a full body shot, if he wasn't fully overhealed, that's a free pick. Or body shot on medic, body shot on demo would force him back. Just anything. A headshot would be ideal, granted. But yeah, I don't know. The two scouts, they just seemed like as well. They were just, as I was saying, holding hands a bit too much on the side of Street Hoops. I just felt they needed to spread their wings, so to speak, and just be a bit apart from each other. I know they're brothers.
It's really hard. It's really
the
hard.
brotherly love. Yes, I know. They probably sit together on the same table, and occasionally one of them is using the other person's mouse, and vice versa, and all that jazz. But yeah, I think they definitely needed to just spread out a bit. But unfortunately, Street Hoops weren't even able to get a cap on the board. As we're looking at the stats, Clockwork practically beasting the game, out-damaging everyone by a mile. He went 2-1 as well, which is extremely impressive, so well played by him, just doing the huge deeps. But we saw Duana actually doing a huge amount of damage as well, 400 damage a minute. I mean, it is a demo map, to be fair, and his game wasn't fantastic, but good job by him to get some good damage done, and I don't know.
Speaking about damage,
any closing thoughts apart from that?
Well, I'm still looking at the stats here. Ash was only got himself like 8 frags there. He wasn't really putting as much weight as the rest of the team was. Everybody was having like 20 plus frags, while Ash was just sitting behind here at 8. It doesn't really. I mean, I know he's on the roamer class, but it doesn't really bode well for his performance. I mean, Duatna's damage, he actually out-damaged Dummy by like almost a full 1,000 damage points. So even though damage coming up from Duatna, it seemed like they weren't able to put the rest of their team together to at least get a single round off of FROYOTECH.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like if you have Clockwork running around doing 400 damage a minute, no matter how much damage he's doing as Demo Man, I think you're probably going to get screwed, because it seems like a lot of the time I've noticed if you're on the losing side in a game, if you're Demo Man, no matter how much, you can just do so much damage, because a lot of the time your team is just dead before you and you're just doing like exit damage. And I guess that's one of the main reasons why Duatna did so much damage, as my phone makes a cute noise. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Showgroups probably need to just go back to the books a bit. I mean, they didn't play awfully, don't get me wrong. They had some of the right ideas, but the individual play was there somewhat. But Ash, yeah, definitely underperforming. I mean, 8 frags is very... yeah.
That's almost like me playing roamer.
Hey, come on, man. I bet you're a great roamer. Okay.
So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us here. Do you have any final shoutouts before we call this?
Shout out to Defy, because I have to give him one. Goddamn Defy! You better be here, Defy, because I told you I'd give you one. Scumbag. Everyone for watching, and you, Fog, for coming in the last minute.
Thank you. I got
now, lovely cameraman. Oh my god, I almost forgot. Dash. Thank you, Dash. You're the best. It's a lot of frames, but that's unfortunate. What can you do?
Yeah, we had some technical issues all around. I'd like to shout out Marxist. Unfortunately, his computer issues were preventing him from casting. I know he would have done a much better job than I did. I'd also like to give a shout out to my Getting Jiggy With It crew, the Blue Hurricane crew, all of you guys for watching Team Fortress TV. I'd also like to give a shout out to everybody ever. Yeah, I just did it. I just gave a shout out to everybody. Alright, so I think that's going to do it for us here. Keep on watching us here at Team Fortress TV. We'll be having more casts throughout the season for both ESEA and SEVO. So I'm Fog, and with Yuki, and have a good night.